Hi guys, it seems that July is the end of the dawn chorus. Hi folks, I'm back up at Cefn Ddu. I'm here to collect an overnight drop rig which I left out last night, and on my way in here it is obvious that there's hardly any birds calling whatsoever. So I'm thinking to myself, July, that's the end of it. March, April and May gave us a huge uplift in birdsong, the dawn chorus, breeding season, migration season. I did notice in June there was a lot less birds calling. Maybe all the breeding's done and that's the end of it for 2026. If you remember when we came here in January, it was desolate and we didn't record a single bird. Maybe birds just come up here, they breed, they feed on the insects and then they leave. Although there's a lot of insects still here. Maybe the birds are only calling when they're pairing up, mating, laying eggs and maybe having a second brood as well. But now we're into July, it all seems to have stopped. Since I've started talking, more birds have started sounding off, but it sounds to me like they're alarm calls and alert calls. So they're still here, they're just not singing the way they were. So today I've left a drop rig between two areas. Over there in these trees, that's the nightjar roost site, so we should still pick the nightjar up, maybe late dusk, early dawn. And then over here where we've got these larger, older trees, and there's some, let's say, youth trees over there, not baby trees. I think that's where most of the songbirds were. But then we've got all this as well, all these rushes. I imagine that's where the warblers have come to make nests and have their eggs. And the past recordings up here, there is a lot of cuckoo activity. And cuckoos tend to lay their eggs mainly in warbler nests. So the wind at dusk and dawn is supposed to be less than 10 miles an hour, which is a big difference from the last 3 weeks, because it's been raining, 40 mile an hour winds, basically no good for field recording bird sounds anyway. The drop rig's in here. You can't see it at all from here. I can see it now, but only because I know what it is. And it's basically one of the wind protectors. It's always the wind protectors. So let's jump over some drainage ditches and we'll get in there and get the drop rig out. Go, you see the Clippies, and if you notice folks, grey tape works much better than black tape. Black tape tends to stand out with this grey tape. Whoops. This grey tape tends to blend in with these branches. Grey tape and grey tape, grey wind protectors, they seem to work quite well. Looks like there's a dew on the wind protectors. As far as I know, it hasn't rained, but there is a low cloud basically coming over us right now. It's like a misty cloud, and outside of there is brilliant sunshine. So I've camouflaged, recorded in here, under some moss. Brilliant, still there. See if I can get it out. Got it that way. Yeah, the bag's a bit damp as well. Let's see if it's still switched on. Yeah, power bank's on, the recorder will still be on for sure, but we will just check in case. Yep, recorder's still going too. Right folks, that's our July recording done for the Cefn Ddu site. I'll put the Dawns and the Dusks in the playlists. If there's any interesting snippets, I'll leave them at the end of this. And if there's any Nightjars, I'll put them in the Nightjar playlist. Thanks for watching. See you next time.